Welcome back to the final segment of today's program on the Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Wu Ruiguo. We will continue our conversation with Mrs. Andrea Wu, who is the president of the American Chamber of Commerce in Taipei. We're going to start off with something a little more personal and also more relaxed. Andrea, I understand that you've been working in the international business, community for many, many years before assuming the presidency at AmCham about 2 years ago. And what would be, in your opinion and based on your experiences, what would be some of the competitive edges that Taiwan possesses compared to other regional economies around us?
Okay. I and our member alike,
Yes.
we all share the same view that, again, I think Taiwan's most attractive thing is the people. The workforce is
Yes.
really very loyal and high with great ethics. And then also the school systems here is
Yes.
good, education, and the living environment is good.
Yes.
The crime rate is low.
Low, yes.
So and the rule of law, and transparency is relatively good. So this make up a very pretty good investment destination.
Yes.
So we say Taiwan is a good investment destination, but we're hoping that Taiwan can, reaching the higher standard and become a great country.
Yes.
Because many of our member companies, they work very diligent here, and they've been here for many, many years. Many of them just celebrate 30th anniversary or 25th
yes.
anniversary. They're not here just to make money and run. They're really here to cultivate the business here and want to grow with Taiwan society together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as we know, that Taiwan is now becoming more regionally integrated, I certainly would like to see ourselves becoming more internationally visible. And in that process, we also see metropolitan areas like Taipei becoming more international. Of course, this November, we'll have the International Floral Exposition in Taipei. And what would be some of the recommendations that you, along with your members at the AmCham, would like to make, to help Taiwan, retain the competitive edges that we have, and also in the process elevate our competitiveness in terms of attracting more foreign investors into Taiwan? What would be some of the areas that we can do?
Honestly, our list is very long.
Yeah, endless. Okay.
But I think to start with, I think the regulatory environment has to be more relaxed, liberalizing some of the very restrictive area. And also, it should be meeting the international standards, working. If you want to become an international player, you have to play the same rules of all the other players does, right? And I think the English ability of the
people,
the working
public,
people here should improve also. And there's a lot of things in. Actually, I'm going to refer to our white paper again, because in our white paper there's really in great details that we have listed down in each sectors that what are the most important things. This is a very serious publication because it takes us about 4 to 5 months to compile all the data to review, and we have a legal consultant to vet the content for us. So it's a very responsible document. So I'm hoping that everybody will take some time. If you don't have the actual copies, you can also find the content on our website.
Okay, good. Yeah. And we also say that one of the other attractive areas for Taiwan is our open and diversified society.
Right.
And we look at, so-called Taiwan's soft power. Cultural creativity is certainly one area that people often make reference to. But the fact is, you have to have an open and free environment, in order to become creative.
Right.
How would you think that having this open, diversified, also pluralistic society, the environment itself, will help Taiwan cultivating, sustaining economic growth, but also in the process retaining its competitive edge?
I think Taiwan has become a very open and dynamic society in the past many years. And it helps to foster the kind of creativity and that enables the business to thrive. And I think people enjoy the freedom here. As you can tell, and you can realize it from their behavior or their speech, they enjoy this freedom, and I think that is really a wonderful thing to observe. And politically, I think the peaceful transition from one party ruling to such an open, dynamic democracy, it's quite an achievement that Taiwan should be really proud of. And but few will deny that the inevitable, the uncertainties that the two changing powers to bring.
In terms of changes in policy and also very important relations with China. Whether that will be, reversed, or some of the policies that's being implemented, or some of the progress could be slowed down. I think these all present potential business risk for a lot of the foreign investors in Taiwan.
But I think what we see lately is even though the ruling party and the opposition still compete, vigorously, but it seems like the general public is less concerned about the political battles. And they just go on with their life, And we were hoping that in the national conversation, there, some other more important topics can be discussed, not just those political
ones. And also, Andrea, I imagine that during your time in the, working in the international business community, and also in your present capacity as the president of AmCham in Taipei, you have done a lot of extensive, at least regional traveling, in Asia, and how does Taipei or Taiwan in general compare to other places that you have, been to in the past or might have worked for extensive period of time in the past? How does Taipei compare or Taiwan compare to those places?
I think we're probably comparing. We compare Taipei to a top-notch cities because we hold Taipei as a high standard, the first-rate city. Taipei in the past 10 years definitely improved dramatically,
quite a bit,
and we're very proud of that. But we all know that there's still a lot of room for improvement. To start with that airport, international airport. If you travel, that's the first place you transit through. So, we have great hope for Taiwan and Taipei. That's why we hold a very high standard. So we wish that Taiwan will continue to grow and improve.
And if I may refer to President Ma Ying-jeou's recent remarks, that with some of the policies and reforms that he has promised to be put into place in the next few years or a few months, that hopefully we can enter into the so-called the golden decade. The next 10 years will be the golden years for Taiwan. And how would you then, in your capacity as the president of one of the most important foreign chambers of commerce, if not the most important foreign chamber of commerce in Taiwan, that you would think that in the next 10 years, in the next golden decade, that Taiwan can make itself truly the preferred, the great destination, as you have claimed in the white paper, to be the great destination for foreign investment in the next 10 years.
Well, I'm not an economist, so I cannot predict
the too modest.
For the next 10 years. But I think for Taiwan, if Taiwan can exceed their rival economies, and as in the ease of doing business, and also effectively promote and build up the 6 emerging industries, and then leveraging the opportunities that ACFA brings to Taiwan. I think Taiwan, the future economic growth it's secured. And then AmCham and our member companies stand ready to assist the Taiwan government and offer our assistance and resources whenever we can.
And Andrea, you and I are good friends. And for the final question of today's program, I know that you have been one of the top executives at major international companies in Taiwan for many years, and also now you have been the president of a very important foreign chamber of commerce in Taiwan. And how would you like the two roles that you have played professionally in the last 10 to 15 years, and what would be the areas that attract you the most and that you would like to see continue doing in your future professional career?
Thank you. I think, yes, I've been working in the private sectors all along until this.
The last 2 years.
Yes. Yeah. What I learned in the business world really helped me to understand my members' need, and also, but with this role, it's very diverse. I have to understand many different sectors and really knowing what how to help them in different ways. So this gives me a much broader scope of the industry.
Okay.
I feel I have a lot of commitment to to the chamber and to my members. I really want to see how I can provide the services to them to help their business life in Taiwan much easier.
Okay.
And so going forward, this learning really gives me a lot of motivation. I enjoy this work very much. And so going forward, I hope as I'm getting more efficient and more familiar with the business, I can provide better service to my members.
You've certainly done a marvelous job so far. And I don't need to remind anybody that Andrea's work, as the president of AmCham in Taipei is very, very important. We certainly want to wish Andrea all the best in your future professional endeavors. Hopefully we'll get another chance to have you back on the program again.
Thank you, Raymond.
Thank you for coming on the program today.
Thank you.
Yeah. I want to thank you for watching our program today. I'll see you next time on MacReview Television. Thank you very much.